my husband.
Your husband, that's what you know. Your husband, you want drama. Now you've seen the drama. I will fuck you up here.
If you want to fight, go get home. Go to some bad. I can't pretend that I will let right there because I don't know. I only gave you 1 punch. I gave me 10 punch. Oh, mom.
You see Chioma plastic dog laughing.
Oh my God. Woo! You know what, guys? Officially, this is my best, my favorite Real Housewives of Lagos episode ever. Guys, I'm not even capping, but I'm telling you, this was my best episode. Do you know how I felt? Listen, let me paint a scenario. Maybe you guys will clearly understand how I felt. So, you know where in a particular system, a social system, whether in a school, probably a high school, whether in college, whether in church, whether in an office environment, but just in some sort of social setting, yeah, when a particular individual is constantly bullied, yeah, and then one day, that person finds their voice and fights back. And you know what happens? The bullies don't even see it coming. I mean, they never expected their prey, you know, to fight back. Guys, you see that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of redemption, that feeling of victory. That was the way I felt watching Caroline giving it back to Laura. Gbos, acid they hot. Guys, I was over here. I literally carried my pom-poms and I was cheering on Caroline. I was like, yes, yes, go queen. That is how to do it. Go queen. Like, guys, oh my days. This is euphoria. See this way I'm feeling right now? Hey! Oh my God. See, accolades to Caroline. Oh my God! Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. If this is your first time coming across my video, thank you so much for watching. But please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button to become a part of this family, and also turn on post notifications by hitting the white bell button just as you see on the screen. All right, that is the fastest way that you will be able to receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload a new one. All right, and if this is the kind of content you like, yes, this is the right space for you to be. This is where we give the most factual, accurate, detailed analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics. And on this particular video, we will be talking about, not just talking about, but reliving the juicy experience, the juicy details of the episode 8 of the Real Housewives of Lagos. I don't know if I'm the only one that had so much fun and, you know, derived so much pleasure watching all the drama that unfolded on this particular episode. So if you did, just continue watching till the end of this video. Do not skip one bit. Don't jump the line. Just watch to the end of this video as we unpack all the juicy tea. That said, let's just quickly get into the video. Now, there are so many reasons why I particularly loved this particular episode of the show. But in all of those reasons, the major reason that really gave me a kick, that really gave me a thrill, was the way Caroline switched up on Laura. Hey! Guys, I did not see that coming. You know, Caroline is so used to being the queenly queen, you know, the non-dramatic one. Even during her confessionals, she's not always gyrating, she's not always vibrating, her body not dey shake. Like, she's always very, very calm, chilled, talking about a queen that sits on her throne and gives her words without even shaking or anything. But, hey, this episode, Caroline came with an arsenal. I mean, she was, you know, she has this look, this demeanor of being very, very unassuming. You can never know what to expect. Maybe you probably just think that, oh, maybe she's a weakling, maybe she doesn't like drama, maybe she's not gonna shout, maybe she's not gonna talk. But guys, hey, even Laura, that already bragged or boasted to her husband at home, that the next time we see, I'm gonna give her a slap.
I can't. If I see Caroline and she says, hey, I know what I'm saying, I don't know how I would react. I'm mad.
Then she came. You attacked me. I'm gonna get physical on you. Heel.
I'm gonna say it respectfully. The next time Caroline says a lot of false accusations, lay false accusations on my sister, I will physically attack you. You should do that now.
guys, the switch up was my fave.
No. Very careful. What you think you can do, I can do worse.
What Caroline did on this episode was the true definition of a queen. Taking off her crown for a bit, putting it on the side. You come down and deal with a peasant in the way that a peasant should be treated. When you are done, clean off your hands, off all the stains and all the stench, brush off your shoulders. Go back to your throne, pick up your crown, put it on your head, and then you cross your legs and sit and watch all the ruins that you've created crumble before your eyes. Guys, oh my God, it was so sweet and delicious watching all of that. And you know what really tripped me? During her confessionals, she was very, very calm. Not be by mouth, not be by bragging, not by action. And she wasn't even running away from the fight. Laura was saying, leave me, leave me.
Let her talk to my husband.
Your husband that brought me here. Your husband that brought me here.
Leave you. Is everybody struggling at you? Push every Nala you. Caroline was going into the fight. She was saying, if your name is Laura Ikeji, come forward. Oh God! Can somebody give Caroline a chilled bottle of stout? She deserves it. Now, stout is not queenly. Give her Dorime on my behalf. Okay. I think I'm being overly dramatic right now. I'm too excited for my own liking at this point. But you know what? Let me just take a breather. Calm down, Gloria Elijah. Calm down. All right. Now, let's analyze this episode as the drama unfolds, okay? Let's just start properly now. Officially now. And I promise not to be dramatic anymore, okay? Let's start. So, episode 8 of the Real Housewives of Lagos started as a continuation of the previous episode. If you all recall, episode 7 ended with not only the drama on the WhatsApp group, right? It ended with Chioma, a best friend, is it Tens, and Caroline headed towards a community that she supports with her charity work. So it opened up with them arriving there. The community people, they were already waiting, and Chioma had a lot of goodies all prepared for the people of the community. And she did something really, really heartwarming. Yes, sponsoring, I think, 5 women with the sum of 200,000 naira each, to support their businesses, to empower them. Another really, really sad thing that happened was she had actually made a promise to an elderly woman, a grandma of the community, to help her with something, which I did not really know. I mean, was not really plainly said. But then it happened that the woman had actually lost a young boy that had been put under her care. The young boy was living with her. According to Chioma, the young boy had been sick and she had promised to do something about it, but then she could not really meet up. And guys, to be very frank with you all, I mean, you can't really help everybody, just as Chioma said, and it made me feel really bad. And I could imagine the guilt that she was going through at that point in time. It's like you've been helping these people so much for so long and you want to help, but probably you have other obligations that need your attention, and then it's too late. But moving away from that particular scene, the next scene we saw was Laura having a conversation with her husband, yes, hinting him on the things that had happened on the WhatsApp conversation.
It's my husband. If I don't tell my husband, who would I tell? When I got in that room, I saw this same lady, Caroline, in that room, and I saw other people. There were actresses there, there were musicians there in that room that we were. And I left this particular lady in that room and went home.
Now, Laura had gone ahead to tell her husband that, because Chioma and Caroline had been late and she was upset about it, she had gone ahead to drop a message on the WhatsApp group that if anybody was going to be late next time, they should inform her or inform everybody so that she would take care of her kids and attend to her husband before attending whatever gathering they were planning. Now, I did not have any issues with what Laura said to her husband. Of course, she had every right to give her own narrative. But what I had issues with was the way she told it. Now, she told that story to her husband as though it was just an innocent message that she dropped on the group chat, and according to how she put it, now waiting cause wahala be that, everybody can't vex, like everybody is upset with that kind of simple message that she had dropped on the group. And of course, I'm sorry to say, but no offense to married women, but I've seen a lot of married women do this over time. A lot, yes. I have sisters that are married. So they'll go and look for trouble outside their marital homes. When they now come back home to come and narrate what happened to their husband, they are going to they're going to tell the story in a way that would position them as the victim and the misunderstood person, so that their husband's affections will be running over a cup. Like, it will be running over, the husband will be like, why are they misunderstanding my wife? But my wife is innocent, that kind of thing. So that was the exact way, the exact format that Laura had actually told that story to her husband. She had not told her husband all the bad things, all the nasty attitude she had been giving to the ladies, all the things that happened at the dinner. She didn't mention any of those ones, from what we saw on that scene, by the way. But she had made it look like the other ladies were overreacting just because of a simple message in quote that she had actually dropped on the chat. And as usual, as expected, the husband had taken a side and blah, blah, blah. And then she had also gone ahead to tell the husband in advance that, still on that chat, Caroline insulted me. She even lied that I was pinned to a certain governor.
For her to go to that,
She's evil.
For her to go to that stage to say this thing, something like this.
That you say, married woman was pinned to a governor.
Yeah.
Now, from the conversation that she was having with her husband, it turned out that the husband had been the one that had driven her to the hotel where the governor had lodged. And she and the husband, they were in sync in their own narrative that, the other was even saying that, I know that governor safe now. If he had pinned you, I would have known. I mean, like, okay. Let me not just go and say anything, but let me just continue what I was saying. Anyways, both of them, they had that conversation, and Laura was actually giving the husband the impression that, not even giving the impression, she was actually telling the husband that Caroline said what she said, probably out of spite for her, and probably wants to break her marriage because, of course, Caroline is divorced, so she wants everybody else to be like her. She's not happy being single, blah, blah, blah.
Caroline is divorced, of course, you want other people to be divorced. It's a thing now. You think she's happy being single.
And the husband, as expected, took her side. They even make jokes about it, which was quite adorable. But guys, I'm going to say this right here. Listen, I was kind of irritated, or should I say disgusted, with the way Laura made it look like marriage was an achievement. I'm sorry, but that was what I saw at that point in time. She made it look like any woman that is divorced is sad. Like any woman that is not with her spouse, that is a single mother, is a societal reject. She made it look like it was a sin, it was a crime, that women who are divorced are still single. Like, guys, I'm like, how can somebody have such a mentality? So because you are married with 2 kids, in your mind, you are accomplished as a woman. Really? But aside that, I loved the way her husband adored her in that conversation. I loved the way the husband supported her, knowing fully well that it was a show. Of course, he probably was trying to put up a front and not make it look like he was actually really concerned about such allegations, against his wife. But then overall, I just loved the way he supported her, the way he covered her in that conversation. Now, moving on. In order to resolve all the ladies' differences, all the drama, and all the issues that had been raised, or all the attacks that had been raised on their WhatsApp group, Iyabo decided to call the ladies together for a meeting, yes, for them to seek peace and resolution via conversations, right? Which that meeting was meant to be, but sadly, it went south, which I actually loved. I mean, for the first time, I was seeing some positivity in that much drama, yes. So the meeting started, yes, the ladies came together, faces were looking downcast, yes, people were not looking excited, people were actually upset, of course, especially at Laura. Remember, Laura had actually been rude and had disgraced her friend, what's her name, Toyin, at Mariam's dinner, yes. And there was also Chioma and Caroline that Laura had actually directly attacked on the WhatsApp group, yes. And there was also Mariam that Laura had actually offended during her dinner in her own house. Complain about a lot of things, which I am going to be explaining to you guys very soon. But now, starting with Iyabo started off, by addressing Laura directly that, listen, this meeting is about you.
One of the reasons why we're having this meeting, right? Because of you. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You can't be about Laura all the time. No, every time they make it about you.
You've been doing too much. You've been causing a lot of drama. you've been doing the whole lot, especially being the one person that is always constantly late to our meetings, our gatherings, and then for the first time that you were not late, you decided to make a fuss about it. And it wasn't just an ordinary fuss, but to make drama out of it.
You are also a latecomer. In fact, you are the second latecomer on this thing, right? You're a latecomer. So for a latecomer that comes early for once, he's complaining, it's funny and it's strange. No, that's it.
Let me tell you guys something that had actually happened, something funny. So before Iyabo had even started talking, I'd even started addressing Laura or even the ladies in general, the moment they had sat down, Laura was already shaking, like her body they shake, her body they vibrate during her confessionals. And right there and then, she started taking off her earrings, which is something a lot of women do when they are ready for a fight, when they are spoiling for a fight. I mean, I was over here, I was looking at Laura like, girl, why is violence your only form of communication? Like, someone needs to teach Laura how to communicate without getting physical, or even going cray-cray, or even just getting violent, because she was already ready. Like, guys, I was just looking at this one like this, like, okay, oh, I want to see whether you'll be the first person to throw a punch, or maybe throw that slap you've been constantly threatening that you are going to give to Caroline. Because, guys, I'm tired of hearing I will slap. Give the slap. Let us know that you self, you get praise for head as they portray yourself to be. So Iyabo lays it out to Laura about her rudeness and about how she constantly wants to cause so much drama and even make all the drama about her. Because 1 minute when they talk about an issue, they ask Laura, are you okay? She says, oh, she's fine. And then the next minute, the next time they meet again, Laura is raising more dust. And then it occurs to everybody that, oh, she really has not really gotten over the last thing she had said that she was actually over, you know? So Laura was trying to make it look like, oh, it was a gang up, or everybody's ganging up on me, nobody's supporting me. And then she started attacking, what's her name, Toyin, yes, accusing Toyin of not being a supportive friend. But Toyin already was upset that you embarrassed me, you were rude to me at Mariam's dinner. I was trying to look out for you, but you said I was doing too much. You made it look like I was bothering you.
You cannot tell me I'm doing too much. Laura, you're rude. Sometimes support me. No, I don't have to support you when you're wrong. When you're wrong, you're wrong. That's what friends do. That's not what friends are for. It's only a terrible friend that will tell you you're right when you're wrong. Except when we're gathering like this.
And then Laura was still trying to stand on the ground, was being all defensive, which is what she normally does, you know. And then that was when Toyin revealed that, oh, after the dinner, Laura had actually sent her a message and was like, no, you embarrassed me in public, so you should apologize to me in public as well. Laura did not want to apologize, but then she had to survey the environment and then notice that, okay, oh, everybody right here, they have their grievances to, you know, iron out with me. So if I don't make peace with my bestie right now, then I just might be the only person to fight my battle. So instantly, she made peace with Toyin. But before that happened, Toyin was already ranting. Toyin was very, very upset and irritated. And there were some, you fucking shit, you know, those effing words that she was using. And it was quite hilarious, to be very honest, guys, because I was over here laughing. Chioma was laughing and Iyabo was laughing. So Chioma and Iyabo, they started laughing at the same time, you know, because those people, they are close. So they made some kind of eye contact because it was kind of funny. So they were laughing. But guess what? Toyin did something quite interesting, very, very interesting as a matter of fact. Now, it was two people laughing. It was Chioma and Iyabo laughing. But Toyin was quite offended that Chioma laughed as well. And so in her confessionals, she was upset and saying, oh, plastic doll is laughing.
In all this that is happening with Laura, I'm seeing Chioma, plastic doll, laughing. Why are you laughing?
And I'm like, are you afraid of Iyabo, Toyin? Are you afraid of Iyabo? Why can't you also attack Iyabo the way? Because right there and then, in that setting, she was attacking Chioma. She was upset with Chioma. That Chioma, why are you laughing? It's not funny. You know, in her mind, and what she also said in her confessionals, oh, it seems as though Chioma is happy and excited that she was actually having issues with Laura. Guys, and at that point in time, I'm like, okay, this is quite confusing. And once again, it just added another cap on Tiannah's head that Tiannah sometimes acts like a coward. First of all, you're a pot stirrer. You stir things up. And then when it's time for you to face head on, the person you're supposed to face head on, you crawl back into your shell. So Iyabo was also laughing. you could not open your mouth to also attack Iyabo. Now only Chioma Ikoku the attack. But seriously, Toyin. Anyways, Toyin and Laura made peace because of course Laura had done her own calculation and had seen that if she did not make peace with Toyin, with the drama that she was about to create, the fight that she came prepared for, she just might have to stand on her own and fight her battle by herself. So she needed someone to be on her side, and so she made peace with Toyin, just as she said during her confessionals.
I don't want Toyin and I to have a fight in front of these people. They'll laugh at me. It will look like I'm the one with the problem now. If I can fight my friend, then I can. Who are they really? So Toyin is about to embarrass me in front of these people, but it's not gonna happen. So Toyin, sorry, but what I think about Toyin now is very different. I'm telling you, with a friend like Toyin, you do not need that enemy at all.
Then afterwards, she decided to explain the motive, her intentions behind the message that she had dropped on the WhatsApp group. According to her, it was not intended to be a malicious message because as at the time she sent the message, she was not even upset. And Caroline's response to her message was too deep, was too heavy for the kind of message she sent.
The message I sent, I didn't think it was malicious. I didn't think it was targeted at anybody. Very malicious.
And I was thinking like, hey God, this Laura, I think she needs to go back to the classroom and receive more lectures, more lessons, more enlightenment on communication. How do you send such a message to a group like that, you know, that has women whom you've been taunting since episode 1 of the show, and then you expect them not to pick offense, you expect them not to interpret such a message as being malicious, as a direct attack on them, when both of them were the ones that had actually come late, and obviously they were the ones that you were actually referring to. What sort of lie is that? I loved how Mariam put it.
You tell how people react when you say things, jokingly or not jokingly.
You cannot possibly dictate to people how to react to your offense. I mean, Laura had been consistently, constantly offending these ladies, especially Chioma and Caroline. And now you're sending a message and you want to dictate how they should feel.
When you want to fight, come ready. You don't come and then you throw one punch and you're saying, I only gave you one punch, you're giving me 10 punch. Oh, more. For you to start a fight, you must be ready to receive whatever comes after it now.
You want to dictate how they should receive that message without seeing it as malicious. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, at least let's agree on one thing. For every gbas, there's a gbos. And when you are going to a fight with a knife, you are in no position to dictate to your opponent the kind of weapon to come. Your opponent can as well as come with an arsenal of weapons. You have no right to dictate to them how to fight with you. Period. Now, whilst Laura was giving all of these explanations, Chioma on the flip side had resolved that she was not going to engage Laura. She was not going to give Laura the audience that Laura really wants.
She's an attention whore. She loves attention. She's like a little child throwing tantrums. And what do you do when a child throws tantrums? You ignore. Ignore, ignore, ignore. There's nothing she would love more than to get a reaction from me. She wants me to expend this queenly energy, and I'm not going to do that because the fact that I'm not responding is hurting her. She's feeling less than. If I give her this energy, she will absolutely love it. And so guess what? I didn't respond in the group. I'm not going to respond in person.
Then she decided to remind Laura of the 6 hours lateness that Laura had actually committed as well during her own fashion show. And Laura was beginning to stutter like, you know. But then both of them were going to go into an argument, and Mariam had to shut them up because she had to remind them that, listen, Laura had actually first started offending her. She wasn't even particular about the messages that Laura had actually dropped, but for her own offense was the fact that Laura had come into a matrimonial home. Laura had complained about her food. Laura had complained about her conversations, saying that her conversations were boring. The dinner was boring for her. She felt like that was just over the top. That was rude. That was disrespectful. Guys, it was at this point that Laura opened her mouth and said things during her confessionals about Mariam's dinner that I lost it.
Mariam, Tima, your dinner was boring. Don't let them lie to you. Your dinner was boring.
I mean, for the millionth time, I had actually lost it on this episode, but the moment Laura said what she said, I said, nah. No to Laura in my life. In fact, throw Laura away. Throw her away. In Laura's defense to what Mariam had complained about, she was now bringing up another angle. That, oh, they had all dressed for lunch. But then Chioma and Caroline had decided or chosen to dress for dinner, which means that they had actually planned what they wanted to wear. They had actually planned to be late. And I was wondering, like, I don't get it. Is it that when information is being passed around on the show, is it that these ladies receive different information? Because as far as I'm concerned, on that particular episode that we had watched, that Mariam had announced to the ladies that she was inviting them over to her house, what I heard clearly was she was inviting them for dinner on a Thursday evening. That was what was clearly said on that episode. I think that was episode 6 or episode 5. Guys, that was what was clearly said. So wherever Laura got that information that they were actually going for lunch at Mariam's house at 4 o'clock, guys, I don't understand where that information is coming from. I don't get it. Because right there and then, Mariam actually reiterated that it was dinner. But Laura kept on talking about lunch. But then that is not even the major problem. The major problem is her talking about what Caroline and Chioma wore to the dinner. And I'm wondering, like, how the hell is that your problem? I mean, guys, at that point in time, for the 1 millionth time again, Laura's insecurities, her inferiority complex was screaming out loud than her vocal self. It was very, very disgusting that a grown woman, a married woman with kids, would be so insecure, guys. It was just so scary. It was at this point that Caroline decided to speak up, because all along she had been quiet. Yes, she had decided that she was not going to reciprocate Laura's energy, but she just could not wrap her mind around how what they were wearing had to do with Laura's offensive words and Laura's attitude to Mariam, the host, you know. So the angle that she started from, you know, that Laura had actually tied rapper, guys, it was so freaking hilarious that even Tuda was trying to form and defend Laura, but that one too was very savage. She was laughing during her confessionals. But then she actually made a point that what has our outfits got to do with all what you did? And then Caroline went ahead to explain that, listen, whenever you have a problem with me, instead of you to just go head on with what your issue is with me, you want to always bring your sister to the forefront. And that was when Laura decided to leverage on that statement, you know, to bring in the violence part that she had been waiting to display. Yes. Oh, she said, oh, let me put it to you this way. The next time you blah, 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 you mention my sister, I'm going to go violent on you. I'm like, Laura, I don't understand. It just goes to show that Laura has no legit issue with Caroline. Yes, she has no legit issue, because face Caroline head on, but no, sister will always bring her sister Linda Ikeji into the forefront. Now I'm wondering, like, I don't get it. Are you just this naturally problematic? You know, the funny thing is, Laura probably wasn't expecting that she was going to get a reaction like that from Caroline. She was probably thinking that, oh, Caroline the gullible one, Caroline the quiet one, Caroline the one that likes to be bougie and queenly. Caroline is not going to get ghetto like me. She's not going to get into the gutters. She's not going to be ready to roll in the mud like me. I'm probably going to just come here, give Caroline a slap or hit her, and then walk away without Caroline retaliating. But guess what? Caroline gave her the shock of her life. Now, when Laura threw that water bottle, she probably felt like nothing was going to happen. But Caroline stood up, walked up to Laura, and carried her own full bottle of water and threw it directly on Laura's head. And guys, that was how the drama, I mean the real violent drama, really started. It was not funny at all. I mean, it wasn't like everybody was literally holding Laura back, but Laura kept on shouting, leave me, as a sis, nobody is holding you. Free yourself, go and fight, you know. But I still love the way that Caroline also carried herself, because she was not shying away from the fight at all. She was really going head on to Laura. She was waiting for Laura to come. Like, she was even getting close. She was even goading Laura at some point. Like, girl, come, I'm waiting for you, that kind of thing. But then the person that really suffered a lot of the violence was Mariam. because Mariam automatically became the self-appointed referee of the fight. So while she was diving at Laura, you know, to shield Laura or Caroline, whatever she was trying to do, she literally fell flat on the floor. And she wasn't wearing it, bro. I mean, guys, it was insane. And in my opinion, Caroline won that fight, hands down. I mean, Laura kept on saying, say this again about my husband. Say it again about my sister. I said, but Caroline is busy repeating herself.
You want drama? Now you've seen the drama. I will fuck you up here. Better than my husband. Your husband, that's fucking you. Your husband. Your husband.
She's not shying away from all the things she said. Caroline said you were pimped to a governor. She says she knows what she's talking about. She says she's dead. She says you are the one feeding your husband. She says this and that. She says you are from the gutters. She said what she said. Sister, free yourself. Go and fight. But I kept on saying, oh, leave me alone. See, that's the typical thing that we normally see in Nigeria. People we don't get power to fight. They always say that people are holding them. Sis, nobody is holding you. And guys, the same thing I was saying was the same thing that Tony and Iyabo were saying, that which one is they're holding me. Free yourself. Go and fight. Go and put your energy where you want to put it. Stop what this. Stop holding me. Stop. Nobody is holding you, sister.
You are fighting like you want them to hold you. You're not saying they will hold you. Please, if you want to jump, somebody jump. Which one is... You're already preparing to fight. They don't prepare to fight. In my own decision, that you want to fight, go get told. Go to some bad. I can't pretend that I will left right there because they don't.
In the midst of all of this fiasco, guys, someone really disappointed me. I'm talking about Chioma. Guys, I found it unbelievable, ridiculously unbelievable, that Caroline was all hyrated, all pumped up, all upset, and Chioma chose to sit where she was. Now, I understand Caroline had revealed to us during her conversations, interview, and all of that, that she and Chioma, they are not friends off set. They're only friends on set. But then I felt, if both of you attend your group meetings together, you attend events together, you do things together, you share one or two gossips about the other ladies or about your outings together, then there should be some level of allegiance between both of you. Both of you should have each other's back. Although it seemed like Caroline wanted to throw Chioma under the bus, which a lot of people thought, but I did not see it that way. I felt like she was trying to defend herself and Chioma from all what Laura was doing, yes, and she was trying to make a case for both of them. And I felt like at that point in time, it was wrong of Chioma to correct Caroline, because of course Laura had been crawling under Chioma's skin just as much as she had been crawling under Caroline's skin. So that was Chioma's own opportunity, you know, to let Chioma, Laura rather, receive it hot, since Caroline had volunteered to fight their battle. But then Chioma now correcting Caroline at that point in time, I said, no way, no way. Even if you want to defend yourself, wait till afterwards, after all the tempers have calmed, then tell your friend that, babe, now what for you? You wanted to throw me under the bus, which she obviously did in the next episode. But what now pissed me off was Chioma maintaining queenly vibes, you know, sitting down prim and proper, whilst Caroline was getting all irritated, going. I'm not saying she should have gone to fight Laura on behalf of Caroline, no, but show your loyalty, show your allegiance by going to pacify Caroline. Shockingly, it was only Iyabo that was going ahead to do that. Chioma did not even bother. She just sat down one place and she was just looking like a spectator. Guys, I was disappointed. And to be very frank with you, I don't want to have a friend like that that's not going to have my back. I'm not saying my friend should also put on her punching gloves and join me in a fight or inherit my enemies or inherit my fights. No. But you should be loyal enough to want to pacify me and make me not to lose my dignity all in the fit of rage. I just felt like Chioma really betrayed Caroline at that point in time. And so it made me kind of understood what Caroline was saying during that interview that she was having, you know, online. I mean, the one that even pained me the most, Seth, was that she was now going to go and hold Laura. And I'm thinking, whose side are you on, Chioma? Whose side are you on? You're supposed to be holding Caroline. You're supposed to be standing by Caroline, not by Chioma. Or some people will say that, oh, she's trying to shield Caroline from Laura, blah, blah, blah. I said, no. Chioma should be on Caroline's side Although, much later, she switched by, leading Caroline outside the room to go and talk to her on the corridors just to calm her down. But then I felt like she was too slow to acting. She was too late to the party. Yes, she took too much time. She delayed too much, which shouldn't have been the case. Anyways, after the drama had calmed down a bit, because yes, there was a point that Laura's wig left her head. I don't know how that happened, but she had left her head. And they took her to the back room, they wore the wig back for her, they brushed it back, and then she came back and she was acting all cool and calm. Chioma decided to start talking about her own grievances towards Iyabo. Yes, of course, remember that day at Mariam's dinner, Iyabo had taken it upon herself to speak directly to Chioma about her lateness, so Chioma was going on and on about, oh, I didn't like it, I felt really irritated, blah, blah, blah. So it felt as though she was coming at Iyabo, thinking that because she and Iyabo, they are cool, like they're friends, Iyabo was not going to talk. Guess what? Iyabo put Chioma in her place. Like she paused her right there, like, hey, don't. And guys, for some reason, I was kind of scared for Chioma when Iyabo was, putting her in her place, because everybody that follows Iyabo on social media, especially Instagram, you know that Iyabo is a no-nonsense person. You don't mess with Iyabo. Iyabo is not the type to run away from a fight. Iyabo will make sure she finishes you, she will bury you, then she will make a funeral on your head. That is Iyabo for you. So if you come for her, she will come with chariots of fire on your head and your generation. So when Iyabo was saying, Chioma, I like you.
Come on, girl. Chioma, I like you.
I was feeling scared, but Chioma said, Chioma, you don't even know what you're about to get into. Don't mess with Iyabo Ojo. You don't want to go there. Yeah. So at some point, Chioma was kind of, narrowing it down, like, no, that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is that. I said, Chioma, it's okay. It's okay. Just calm down. Just calm down. But whilst Chioma was still talking, Laura got up and left. So Toyin followed her. I was going to go and talk to her about what she had done, that she made her feel bad, she had warned her not to fight. And then Laura burst out crying and shouting and is lamenting.
You know the kind of the kind of love I have for you. I will not stand there. I will nobody disrespect you. I will never. I will never. I love you guys. I will never.
Now, oh, Toyin, you betrayed me. You're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to support me. You're supposed to be my friend, blah, blah, blah. And guys, to be very frank with you, at that point in time, I was very, very irritated by Laura's act. Because for me, I felt like that was Laura being extra manipulative. Yes, you started the fight. You started all the drama. From day one, you've been beefing Chioma and Caroline non-stop. You've been beefing. And then automatically, you extended that beef to Mariam. And then your friend was trying to be on your side, even though we know that she kind of betrayed you earlier. And then you shut her up, disrespected her, was rude to her. And now you're coming here to come and cry foul. Sis, clean off those tears, clean off those crocodile tears, and swallow all the shit that you brought upon yourself, because it's not going to work. The viewers are not sleeping. The viewers are seeing. So you're going to come and cry, making yourself to look like the victim. I say, nah, Laura, no, this is beneath you. This is beneath the Laura that is always giving energy of, hey, I can fight. You don't cause problem. Swallow it up. Swallow it up. That is how it should be. Don't come and cry. For what? You want to make yourself look like a victim? You want to make yourself look like, oh, Caroline attacked you, Toyin did not have your back. You put yourself in that position. So handle it. And I love the fact that Caroline made it clear to her that, listen, I will not support you when you're wrong. I am not that kind of friend. Oh, you expect me to come and fight with you? And guys, it even makes me wonder, what do people really understand about the meaning of ride or die? And I'm not even sure that Laura and Toyin's relationship has really evolved to that level where Toyin will come and stand and take a bullet for Laura on something that Laura is obviously guilty of. Doesn't really make sense. I mean, that should not even be friendship. That is very, very toxic. And it goes to show that Laura enjoys such toxic forms of friendships. You want to go out there and stir some pots, and then you want your friends to prove their loyalty to you, to come and help you fight, to come and get burnt by the fire that you start. It does not make sense at all. Take away such friends from my life, oh God. No way. Just throw Laura away. And of course, bring her back for more drama. So guys, the drama kind of ended, you know, Laura crying, going home to meet her family. But then we were shown snippets from the next episode, that's episode 9. And it seems as though there's going to be a bit of dragging from Toyin towards Chioma, because Toyin still could not believe that in all of that fiasco that was happening, Chioma did not stand up to show loyalty or support to Caroline, and then she made it known to Chioma in that episode. There were also snippets of Chioma, you know, accusing Caroline of throwing her under the bus and Caroline apologizing. But I also wish that on that next episode, Caroline is going to make it known to her that, listen, I saw how you betrayed me. But guys, let's just wait and see. And then finally, there's gonna possibly be a trip to Dubai to mark Toyin's birthday, and it looks like Laura is about to bring on some more drama. But let's just keep our fingers crossed and see how it unfolds. So I'm sure that a lot of you that have watched this particular episode, you've got your own reactions, you've got your own opinion about all the drama that unfolded. So just go ahead and unpack all of that in the comment section below. I would love to read from you, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday. You know what happens on here. We're going to be having our Saturday FSWG YouTube live stream, live and direct on this channel. So don't miss out. Don't go anywhere. Let's have a proper conversation tomorrow, 3 p.m. WAT, and I'll see you guys shortly. Have an amazing day. Bye.